morning, everybody. Welcome back to Fider's Trading Channel, back again with another daily markets analysis video. It is Thursday, the 17th of April, 2025. And without further ado, let's hop into the analysis. So we have NAS 100 on the markets, on the charts right now. And taking a look at these markets, we can see we are very much in a consolidative phase with some lower high structures being formed across the bearish resistance trend line, which comes from the major time frame, and we are finding support at 18,084. Now that is a break and retest zone. Markets are currently jumping up from that level, but with the lower high structural formations that we have, we can see that the bears do have somewhat control of the current standings. However, we do have to reiterate that price is still above the 50 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. Okay, those things are just sticking out because of lower time frames, but that's fine. Price is above the 50 SMA on the 4-hour charts, and we are currently trading above it. RSI is in that sweet spot zone right now between 45 and 55, but with that major bearish resistance trend line that we have at play here, doesn't look like we're about to make any more highs. And if we do make highs, we are probably going to find that resistance at that trend line or at the resistance of 18,950 or thereabouts, potentially 19,150. Going into the lower time frame, we can see that price is actually trading below the 50 SMA, and if we take a look, we're trading very close to the 50 SMA at the moment. Now what that does, it gives us bearish confluences because we can see that price is poised for a downside move per this time frame. We can see the break and retest level that we have over here at 18,580. Price coming back there, testing that zone, providing us with a pivot point on the RSI within the sweet spot at that 55 level. Also gives us the confluence to continue taking short trades. Now, the reason why I mentioned consolidation is that we can see that with the support here at 18,080, markets retesting of that zone, the only range that we actually have to travel is down to 18,080. A break beyond that would add confluence to the idea that the price would actually come down to 17,280. So if we take this trade, I would say taking it with about a 1:3 lot size, closing out 0.02 once we hit this level at 18,080, and then letting the rest run to the downside, if not closing out at break even. We'll have to see how that plays out. Let's move on to US 30. So US 30 very much showing us similar structure to NAS 100. We have our structural lower highs being formed here in the bearish resistance trend. We have a break and retest at 40,800, and we can see that markets broke below, came back, tested this level twice, and is making lows from there. That being said, we have a break and retest level for the upside at 39,286. So markets had a bit of a W formation over here, hit that break and retest level, came back, hit this break and retest level, and pretty much moved into a bit of a consolidative phase here between both levels of 40,830 or 40,800 and 39,300. Oh, sorry, 39,300. So price currently within that consolidative phase, thus market directionality has not yet been established, and we need to wait for further confluences to play out in the market so we can best analyze the market directionality of this trade. Until we see a clean break of either one of these levels, it's going to be very difficult to trade, not to mention the fact that on the higher time frame, we have a major bullish trend line still at play. 1, 2, 3, 4 touch where price broke below, broke back in, and we have the bearish resistance trend line. We note that the bullish support trend line is a lot stronger than the bearish resistance trend line, as it has more time in the game. Now, markets being within a triangle between these two heavy points means I'm staying out of the market. I'm going to be waiting to see which side it breaks above, and as we can see, price is currently narrowing between these two levels. If we can mark out a triangle here, let's see if we can find one. I'm just going to delete this quickly. Boom, delete that. Do we have a triangle? Do we have a triangle? We do have a triangle. One, and right there. So look at that triangle formation. So we have no way of telling which side the market's going to break out of. But whichever side it breaks out of, I expect heavy momentum to step in at that point. So we will be staying out of this space for now. Gold, well, gold continuing its major bullish run, currently on a bit of a retracement, if I do say so myself. After hitting those overextended levels on the 4-hour time frame, we're comfortably trading above the 50 SMA, and we are in need of a deep retracement towards the sweet spot on the RSI and towards the 50 SMA on the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we're a lot closer to the 50 SMA, which means we are more in line for that sweet spot. We can see we're close to 50 SMA and we're in the sweet spot zone right now. I think that's the side of the markets I'm still trying to figure out, is when is the trend going to continue versus when is it actually going to have a deep retracement. And for now, I'm going to continue trading the bullish trend until I see a massive bearish 4-hour candle that can actually confirm that the bears have taken control and that the market acknowledged the overextended nature of the gold market. So until then, looking for longs, and I would be looking for longs on the 1 hour. If we were to just boom, 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 right there, come into the 15-minute chart, just delete this. And then I would be looking for a long position somewhere about here, but that spike up is a little worrisome. No matter though, based on price action, where would I be looking for an opportunity? Well, potentially here, 1, 2, 3, but that spike up is a bit worrisome. But if I take a trade, placing it there, stop loss just below structure, 1:3 trade, and wait to see how that plays out. So bullish on gold. Looking at Euro USD, we are very much in that consolidation phase between 1.14192 and the support level of, boom, just turn that blue, of 1.1291. Market's just bouncing between those levels. So we are expecting a move to the upside, so I would look for long positions off that support level. Per the indicators, we can see we're on a bullish trend. Market's comfortably traveling above the 50 SMA with price in that bullish zone of the RSI. Not necessarily in the sweet spot, but very close. I would be looking at the 4-hour chart for when we hit the sweet spot, and then using the 1-hour chart for potential entry opportunities, which we do not have just yet. Moving into Euro JPY, broad range consolidation, lots of spikes, lots of volatility, nothing to really analyze there. USD JPY, still very bearish. We got lower highs, continuing structure, a little bit choppy in this consolidative phase between, I just want to mark this off as blue, put this on. Yep, so consolidation between 142.355 and support at 144.00. Waiting to see how that essentially plays out. Continuing to look for short trades using the 4-hour chart. We are close to the 4-hour 50 SMA. Waiting for a test within that sweet spot or a curvature of RSI. At the moment, what can we see? Price was the last time it spiked up was around there at about Wednesday the 9th of April. So nothing really to report of recent, no real touches, still curving before the 45, so we'll have to just wait and see when we get an opportunity. Nothing really much to report on the other charts. In terms of the indices, we can see dollar is consolidating at a much lower level after its drop. Expecting further drops in the dollar, but not before markets move up. test that 50 SMA, potentially this break and retest zone at 101 before dropping further. Euros making highs, of course. When they smell blood in the water, they continue higher. So we're seeing that massive move up. Yen also making some massive moves up, definitely off the back of the dollar weakness. In terms of the VIX indicators, we are still above 30, so we are still very much in that risk-off mentality, but we've definitely dropped since that significant 60 touch that we had earlier. Need to do an update on fundamentals. And that is pretty much the analysis for today. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Remember, public holiday tomorrow, so doubt we'll be trading. We have some news today. Let's take a look at what news. Take a look at news. We have USD news, unemployment claims at 2:30. We have some Euro and AUD news today. That's already happened. So not much in terms of fundamentals to move indices, but we have Euro news for the currencies. So with that, I hope everybody had a successful trading week. I'll continue to post some updates as I figure out what trades I want to take. But yeah, markets has been pretty much consolidating this week, so it's been more about capital preservation. I hope during these moments of capital preservation that you guys do update your knowledge, whether it be from a technical standpoint or a fundamental standpoint, and stay ahead of the charts. Constantly improving your strategies, your risk management, and your psychology. But until the next video, wishing you all a very successful trading week, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, everyone.